So the Criterion sale is going on right now. And I went to Barnes & Noble and I did pick up a few things. So today we're going to be talking about Criterion, my pickups, and I'm going to give you guys a few recommendations if you want to pick something up yourself. So stay tuned to see what I get. Hey, what's up, killers? It is your final grandma coming at you from my killer podcast. And if you are new here, I am not only on YouTube, I'm on a bunch of other social media platforms. Kill the description box below and follow me everywhere. I'm literally everywhere. Hype this video for your girls. Send me out there. Tell everybody how cool and rad it is to be in this house. As I alluded, we're going to be talking about Barnes & Noble Criterion sale, 50% off. You can also get it 50% off on Criterion.com, and I'm pretty sure Amazon matches the Criterion sale 50% off if you want to shop over there instead, because I've been hearing some things about Barnes & Noble and the way they treat their customers, and it's not great. You can get these groovy, amazing prices elsewhere, but I went to Barnes & Noble not so locally. I have 3 Barnes & Nobles that I can go to. One just doesn't even sell movies, which is bonkers to me. Another one sells some, and then there's another one that sells more. So I went to one Barnes & Noble and I actually scored 3 movies, which I feel like in the past I've been kind of disappointed. Not necessarily disappointed, but I feel like I always go into the Criterion sale and I don't have anything in particular I want to buy, and then I end up buying 5 or 6 movies. But the last couple years, it's been kind of the same. I don't have anything in particular I want to buy, and I go in and I don't buy anything. Nothing jumps out at me. Nothing has been new that has sparked my interest. But this time, I went into Barnes & Noble and I found 3 movies, and then I also had one movie that I knew that I wanted. So I drove to the other Barnes & Noble and I found 2 movies. So looky there, I have 5 pickups. So without any further ado, we're going to get into my 5 pickups, and then I'm going to end with 5 recommendations for you if you want to go to Barnes & Noble and pick up some movies for yourself during this sale, or if you want to pick up some of the movies that I grabbed. So get out your pen and paper and let's get into it. The 3 that I picked up first and foremost was Peeping Tom. I put this one off for a really long time. I wasn't sure if I wanted to pick it up, but every time I hear people talk about this movie, I just get a little more intrigued by it and a little more intrigued by it. Originally, I was like, that's not a Mel movie. I'm not going to pick it up. I don't care about Peeping Tom. But the more I hear about this one, the more I'm like, I want to check that one out. So I grabbed it. I'm going to check it out. Now's the time, I guess. I also had a gift card to Barnes & Noble, and I'm part of Barnes & Noble's like little book club or whatever, so I had like 5% off or $5 off or whatever, so I saved some minis. The next one I picked up was Moonage Daydream. So this is the David Bowie movie. I've just been eyeballing this one for a really long time. I love David Bowie. I love pretty much everything David Bowie. I love his music. His movies are super fever dream interesting to me. He's just one of those people that's like just all around interesting. His movies that he played in are always really weird. I've not seen this, but I believe this is like a documentary of some kind. So I really love his music. I've been really diving into a lot more music stuff lately. So this was perfect pickup for me. And the last one that I picked up at the first Barnes & Noble, and really the reason that I went in there was to pick up Altered States. Oh, what the fuck? I did not notice that when I picked this up. You see that? There is a puncture hole in this movie. I did not realize that. Fuck, did I keep my receipt? I have not seen this movie, but I've been hearing really good things about it, so I wanted to check it out. It came out on 4K, so that's also a super plus. This one just came out. It's brand new to the collection, and that is also why I wanted to pick it up. Altered States. Kill the comments below and let me know if you've seen this movie. I hear it's just a fever dream of madness, which I also found to be quite interesting. And then the next Barnes & Noble that I went to, and this is the movie that I went for, was Spinal Tap. For the obvious reasons, what a quirky, funny movie this is about music and some kind of real life stories fictionally played out in this movie, which is awesome. But I've also been picking up some fun things surrounding this movie. So I recently picked up the VHS. I found this thrifting, so I thought it was pretty cool. Jesus! I thought it was pretty cool, so I nabbed it. But then I also recently came across the cassette tape of Spinal Tap, which I thought was super cool. So I nabbed that. So when I went to Barnes & Noble to do some Criterion shopping, I was like, of course I'm going to pick up Spinal Tap, and then I will just have all of these things to go along with it. I haven't seen this in a very long time, so it would be great to give it a rewatch on 4K in this thick box edition. The only thing about Criterion is their boxes aren't like super hard or anything like that. I don't prefer their digibooks at all. I would almost prefer these plastic cases, to be honest with you. I kind of hate it when they do these digibook releases, but I mean, it is what it is. But Spinal Tap, that's the reason I went to the second Barnes & Noble. But then I saw this one and I forgot that they released this. I totally forgot about it. So when I saw it, I was like, oh, I gotta grab that. And that's No Country for Old Men. I cannot believe I totally forgot that they released this movie. I definitely was going to pick this up. So this makes me think that the last time they had a sale, this was either not out yet or my Barnes & Noble just didn't have it, so I didn't see it. But I saw it and they had the 4K, so I was like, yeah, I definitely got to pick this up. It's been so long since I've seen this movie, but it's amazing. It's an amazing thriller of a movie, and I can't wait to check this one out again. I loved this movie when I saw it the first time, just gut-wrenching. But I had to have this one. So those were my 5 pickups. That's pretty much my usual. I usually try and just pick up 5. Every once in a while, I'll pick up 6. But 5 is usually my spending limit on Criterions, especially now that I'm probably not going to buy Criterion Blu-rays anymore. I will only buy 4Ks going forward, knowing that they're probably going to be releasing a lot of their stuff on 4K going forward, or re-releasing some of their stuff on 4K. I will not be buying Blu-rays probably from them ever again, and the 4Ks are a little more expensive. But those are my Criterion pickups. I'm going to give you guys 5 recommendations other than the 5 that I picked up. You should probably pick up all of these. I mean, I haven't seen some of them, so I can't recommend all of them, but I would definitely recommend No Country for Old Men. I would definitely recommend Spinal Tap. I haven't seen these 3, so I can't recommend those. But I can recommend these 2. So you get a bonus 2 recommendations here. No Country for Old Men and Spinal Tap. But the first recommendation for you guys is Bound. I believe they have this one on 4K. Yes, this is a 4K release. Bound, this is kind of a saucy thriller. It has these 2 women who are kind of fighting for their lives against a mobster type situation. I've talked about this movie on my channel before, and stay tuned. You will be hearing more about this movie on my channel. So look forward to that. So I'm not going to say too much about it now. However, pick up Bound. This is definitely a good one. The next one I want to talk about is After Hours. This is a super fun one starring Griffin Dunne, which I absolutely love him. He also stars in Who's That Girl alongside Madonna, which is one of my favorite movies of all time. But this one is a quirky little, I kind of want to call it a suspense comedy because you're kind of on the edge of your seat throughout this whole movie based on the shenanigans that he gets himself into, which is super fun. He kind of like gets involved with this woman he doesn't know at the beginning of the movie. And then based off of that, his whole night goes downhill throughout the rest of the movie. I highly recommend checking this out. Griffin Dunne is so fun. He's also in American Werewolf in London. The next one up I want to recommend is Triangle of Sadness. Yes, I have not opened this one yet, but I have seen the movie, and the movie is wild. This is a wild-ass movie. I definitely recommend checking it out. It has Woody Harrelson in it, whom I absolutely love. It's basically about these people. They go on this cruise, and then the ship kind of wrecks, and then you kind of see what happens from there. I highly recommend checking this one out. It is a unique movie, to say the least. I don't want to say... it's hard to pinpoint what kind of movie this is. It's kind of a horror... suspense horror, maybe a super dark thriller. Definitely check out Triangle of Sadness. And then I want to recommend Shallow Grave. I feel like I recommend this one every time and no one watches it. It stars Ewan McGregor. It's about these students. They live in this apartment and they're looking for a roommate, and they find one and he dies. Basically. That's not really a spoiler. That happens right away. But he leaves behind some belongings, and then they have to figure out what happens from there. But it is a super, super duper dark comedy. There is some gore in this, a little bit, and that scene is pretty horrifying. I highly recommend checking this one out. It is a quirky movie, and it will surprise you. And nobody watches it, and you should. It's super good. And the last one I'm going to recommend to you is Risky Business. Woo. This is just a super good little Tom Cruise movie, and I absolutely love the picture art that they decided to use for this one. It came out on 4K. And whoever told me in the comments last time I did one of these videos that I bought this movie already, you were right. Sydney, was that you? I did buy this movie already. How the fuck? I did not know that. Is beyond me. Actually, it's not beyond me. I have a shelf over there. It's right there. And I have 2.5 shelves on that whole thing of movies that I need to log into my app. And I just have not done it yet. And that's how I didn't know, because I would have looked in my app and I would have seen that I had bought this already. But I have not logged all of those movies. I just don't have fucking time. And now there's just so many. The idea and the thought of logging them is unbearable to me. But those movies also need to go in the collection. Like, some of them need to go over there, and some of them need to go in the Scream Factory section, and some of them need to go in the Arrow section. And then it would free up so much space on the shelf over here if I were to just log them and put them away. But I don't, because there's so many. And then this happens. So I don't know what to do with this one. Somebody tell me what I can do with this one. Because I'm beyond the point of being able to return it. If somebody wants to buy this from me for the sale price, because I'm pretty sure I bought this during the sale, I'm willing to sell it to somebody for the sale price. I don't know. I don't know what to do with this one, because I clearly don't need 2 risky businesses. That is my diatribe. Anyway, those are my 5 recommendations. So you guys actually got 5 recommendations plus 2 bonus recommendations. And these were my pickups. So that is Criterion. Kill the comments below and let me know. What did you guys pick up for the Criterion sale? Or did you skip it this time? Or did you have some do you have some Barnes & Noble horror stories? What am I to do about this one with this fucking shitty shit on the back? I don't know if I still have my receipt. Will they let me return or exchange this without a receipt? I hear Barnes & Noble fucking sucks. So I don't know. Let me know. Kill the comments below and talk to me. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Check out one of my other videos. I just did a movie room update where you guys get to follow me around in my movie room while I do stuff. I installed my new vintage stereo system. You get to see all of that. So check out that video. I'll actually link it at the end of this one so you guys can watch it. Let's hang out some more. I'm having so much fun with you. But until the next time we gather, have a killer day. Peace. Wow.